You know, he made $100 million, you know, and he's his own boss. He can say and do what he wants to do, having a great team.
Yeah.
Because no one person can do it by himself. That was the core of the team.
Gotcha.
You know, and it was a tremendous sacrifice, you know, especially for me. I worked like 15 years straight, 7 days a week, 20 hours a day.
Wow.
You know, that whole middle part of my life,
yeah,
it didn't exist. It didn't exist.
And now you have this egg on your face and things are falling apart. And now people are wondering, did you get screwed, or was it your own financial ignorance, and now you're bitter?
People taking shots at a great fighter, Mayweather. Probably the same people that were, applauding him and saying how great he was at one point, and now they're taking shots at him like they're almost, like they get pleasure out of seeing a great fall, potentially.
You're right,
fall.
but when you call yourself the money man, you do it to yourself a little bit too.
No, I can't argue with that.
Leonard Ellerbe recently responded to the reports claiming Floyd Mayweather lost his $1.1 billion fortune, saying the news did not surprise him. After spending many years working closely with Floyd, he personally witnessed the boxer's luxurious lifestyle and the enormous amount of money being spent. According to Ellerbe, those expensive habits eventually became a major reason behind the financial problems that followed.
Saying from day one what it is that, and then they know. Everybody laughed at me. They laughed at me. They said, "Oh, you know, he just talking nonsense." I've been told.
Leonard Ellerbe says that when someone reaches the level of fame and success Floyd Mayweather achieved, public criticism naturally becomes part of the journey. According to him, the real challenge is not avoiding negative opinions, but knowing how to respond to them in the right way.
When you're on top, when you're at the top, you can expect criticism. It just comes with success, and it's all about how you handle things. And me personally, none of it's personal.
Leonard Ellerbe believes Floyd Mayweather had every opportunity to build an extremely successful business legacy. However, he says reaching that goal would have required greater focus, stronger dedication, and wiser long-term financial decisions.
From his own company,
right?
But he was the first one that had a team surrounded by him, that our focus was the business and his focus was the boxing. And in turn, we built the brand, built Mayweather Promotions.
Yeah.
And Floyd became his own boss.
Wow.
Teddy Atlas points out that many of the same people who once praised Floyd Mayweather are now mocking him and taking satisfaction in what they believe is the biggest decline of his career and public image.
He's still waiting on the 1.5 from Floyd Mayweather. He made this video simultaneously with the beef with Le'Veon, and I don't know, maybe it's coincidence, maybe it isn't.
Floyd Mayweather versus Manny Pacquiao 2. The fight nobody asked for except me. I need this because if Floyd wins, he can finally pay me my $1.5 million. I don't care about the legacy fight. I don't care that these men have a combined age of 100 years. I care that Floyd Mayweather, the best boxer alive, uses those same hands that made him 100 million to Venmo me my money. And Floyd, if you're watching this, win it and pay me back, or I'm gonna send my goons after you. Gotcha. Hey.
I really don't know why I watched that. Yeah, listen, dude. Logan is, again, functionally a coward for not doing this. I was really excited for it, too. I couldn't wait. That was about to be content, son. But, I mean, okay, yes. I understand if he is under WWE contract, they're not going to allow.
WAC 100 insists that Floyd Mayweather is not broke and believes his greatest wealth comes from his peace of mind and his ability to ignore rumors, criticism, and negative opinions about his personal life and boxing career.
Like you said, he was Mayweather, Money Mayweather, and now he's suing because he went through his money, blew his money, whatever. Look, I don't know what the truth is fully in there. I know Steven Espinoza was named. He ran Showtime at the time. He was named him. I never was a fan of Espinoza. Again, I'm not afraid to say and not mince my words when I feel a certain way. And I've taken arrows for it, and of course I've also taken some praise for it. That people say, hey, Teddy's going to say what he feels. I was never a fan of him. I never thought he was a man that kept his word. I never thought he really did a great job. over Showtime. I mean, they put some good fights on because the fights were available, because the landscape made it.
Paulie Malignaggi believes that if Floyd Mayweather had kept his financial life private, very few people would have questioned how much money he had. Instead, his constant displays of wealth encouraged the public to examine his finances much more closely.
Richard, right now,
What's that?
his peace of mind. When I send him things, like I send you things when it's pertaining to you, when he gets the time, he'll call me and he say, "Hey, Wack, what's that?" And I tell him, he said, that's nonsense. He said, well, as long as they trying to figure me out, they not gonna be able to figure out what they need to do. And he continues to move. I will say this without saying too much, that I've seen him pass on some big deals based upon the business he already has on the table. But again, I've been to his home, I talk to him regular.
A boxing commentator reviews the unexpected financial issues surrounding Floyd Mayweather, who became famous for showing off his enormous wealth. During his career, Mayweather worked with major figures including Steven Espinoza and Showtime. He is now reportedly seeking a $340 million lawsuit over claims of unpaid earnings. Although his longtime advisor Al Heyman is not named in the case, the growing number of legal disputes continues to draw attention. The analyst also believes Mayweather's costly lifestyle, including luxury cars, expensive jewelry, and a private jet, may have contributed to his current situation.
How much Floyd was making, right? And Floyd himself was flaunting himself like he was the guy who was making that kind of money. And for all intents and purposes, I assume he was. Everybody assumed he was, and it seemed like he thought he was because he wasn't complaining. He was showing off, you know? This is why, as I get older, I feel like, and everybody always tells you this when you're young, like, keep your finances private, you know, and this is why I think this is a big reason why. First and foremost, you notice that if you don't keep your finances private, everybody and their mothers ask you for money constantly. And they don't ask you for...
That happens either way.
And they don't ask you, well, people assume you have money, but if you flaunt it, you definitely, they confirm you have money. And they don't ask you for money like you need to buy the Rolex or the Lamborghini. They'll guilt you into it. They need their mother's dying in the hospital. They need to pay for a funeral. Their kid is sick. Like, they guilt you into it, and you almost feel bad.
Expenses connected to luxury homes' high rental costs and reported outstanding debts allegedly continued to increase, leading to several legal disputes. A Miami couple who owned a condominium rented by Floyd Mayweather claimed he owed around $500,000 in unpaid rent. Reports stated that payments were made at first, but communication later stopped when attempts were made to collect the remaining balance. Analysts argue that excessive spending, weak financial management, and relying too heavily on others for major financial decisions eventually created serious problems. They also believe that fame and wealth alone cannot guarantee lasting financial security, because even world-class athletes can face financial collapse if their money is not managed properly.
We are going to go through in this video. Now, I've been covering boxing for double-digit years. Allow me to take you through it. A simple Google search shows Floyd Mayweather. You type in his name, you're going to see some fight photos and whatnot. But the top stories, and there's multiple stories, and we're going to take a look at some of them. But as mentioned, Business Insider is now reporting what you see on the screen, that Floyd Mayweather is being accused in lawsuits of owing millions of dollars for luxury watches, gold, and rent on palatial apartment, right? The bullet points. Floyd was sued for allegedly failing to pay rent on a luxurious duplex.
Paulie Malignaggi and Chris Algieri discuss how Floyd Mayweather faced financial concerns despite earning enormous amounts of money throughout his boxing career. Malignaggi says it is difficult to understand how someone handling that level of wealth could allow such huge amounts of money to become unaccounted for. He compared normal luxury purchases like a Ferrari or expensive jewelry with the massive flow of income Mayweather generated. While everyday luxury spending may have little effect, the money involved in Mayweather's career operated on an entirely different scale. Algieri added that during the peak of Floyd's success, losing track of income from even one fight could create major financial problems, and repeated mistakes over several events would only make those losses much worse.
Represents the $500K, $500,000 in arrears plus late fees minus a deposit that Mayweather paid at the start of the lease, and the $100 $100,000 catch-up payment. So they deducted what he did submit when he was made aware of this, the $100K, and I guess a deposit. So the remaining balance is that. An attorney for Mayweather did not provide a comment by deadline. He has not responded to the lawsuit in court. In a separate legal matter, so we've already went over one with this luxury condo in Manhattan, right? But a separate legal matter, a Miami jeweler sued Floyd Mayweather last month, alleging the boxer owes more than $1 million for jewelry that he took.
Paulie Malignaggi also compared the situation to former fighters such as Mike Tyson, who suffered major financial losses because of poor management and being taken advantage of by people around them. Both analysts believe Floyd Mayweather's financial concerns were not caused by one sudden event years after earning huge paydays. Instead, they suggest that someone may have recently uncovered important issues or started closely reviewing his financial records. Their discussion highlights that even the biggest names in boxing are not protected from financial problems because fame and fortune alone do not guarantee lasting financial stability.